Hear ye, here comes the judge. It's the Yogi Judge, Judge Dawson, with another podcast aimed at giving you information and tools that you can use so that you can have your absolute best life. Now, maybe this is the first time you're listening to the show. I am a real judge. Yes, in a courtroom, in a robe, I'm a judge. But I'm also a yoga teacher, a studio owner, and a practicing yogi. So with those two combined, I feel I have a lot of wisdom that I can impart upon you just to help you navigate life, love, and this legal matrix. So if you haven't been listening before, these messages are short and sweet. They're to the point because I just want to give you the information, let you marinate on it, but most importantly, give you the tools so that you can apply it to your life. And if there's something that you enjoy in this message, please follow me on all the social media platforms at Judge Dawson and subscribe to this podcast so that we can grow together. There's a lot of distractions out there. There's a lot of entertainment out there, but I want to be the voice of reason and impart some knowledge, at least the stuff that I've learned of all these years. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about a very interesting topic. I'm going to share this with you. I got frustrated the other day, and it's not just the other day. I get frustrated all the time with my family and friends who I feel are not listening to me. Now, I'm sure you're human just like me. We're all human, right? We're listening to a podcast. But don't you get frustrated sometimes when the people that you want to listen don't listen? And then you may ask, well, Judge, how do you know they're not listening? Well, maybe they're scrolling on Instagram or some other social media platform. Maybe they're answering their phone. Maybe they take time out and do something else or even add a different topic. Those are all these ways that you know when people aren't listening. And if you are anything like me, it can be frustrating. So let me go back to this short story. I'm having a conversation, and as usual, someone begins to talk about something else or is distracted by their phone. So this time when it happened, I just sat there. I said, okay, let me see how this is going to go. And when the person re-engaged with me, they did not re-engage the conversation. And that ticked me off. That made me so upset that I didn't speak to the person for the next couple of hours. Now, come on, that's ridiculous, but I'm being honest with you. That's what happened. But let me tell you what was going on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, in my mind, I came with every reason why that person wasn't listening to me. They don't care about me as a person. They don't care about this topic. They're not interested in the business. They're not interested in what I have to do or what I have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're following me, I created all of these scenarios in my head that in turn dictated the way I treated that other person. I didn't ask them what they were going through. I didn't ask them if they wanted to get back to the topic. I just assumed that they didn't have anything that they wanted to re-engage with me about. So I got upset. But here's how you break out of that, right? Because this whole podcast is about breaking cycles and being the best that we can be. So here's my information for you today. If you find yourself getting frustrated at something someone else does, especially if you don't know why they're doing it, and you can never know what's going on deep inside someone else's mind, the key is to get back to reality. That's what I actually said to myself. Get back to reality. The reality is there's something that I want to talk about that's important to me, so I'm going to continue. The reality is I don't know what that person is going through. I don't know why they're scrolling. I don't know what they're nervous about. And most importantly, the reality is I don't know how they feel about the topic. So I should not complete their thoughts. So ladies and gentlemen, if you find yourself in a situation where your employees or your employer or your mate or your friend is not listening to something you're saying, but you find it important enough to talk to them about it, just re-engage. Don't make matters worse by assuming that they don't care about you. Don't make matters worse by assuming that they don't want to listen. Instead, accomplish your goal, which is to have that conversation completed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I make these short and sweet because I know you have things to do. You have cycles to break. You have yoga to do and meditation to complete. All these great things. So I'm not going to hold you long, but I will ask you again, subscribe to this podcast or go to my website, judgedawson.com, where you can get my free email once a week called Dose of Positivity. And at the very least, maybe follow me on the social media platforms at Judge Dawson. Because again, my goal is that we use these platforms for positivity, empowerment, and to improve lives. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, it's the Yogi Judge signing off. I will use my yoga salutation. Namaste.